Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks so much for joining us here for WNY News Now. On this Thursday, I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, 3 Jamestown residents are charged following a large fight. We'll have the details.
Plus, the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office arrests a man following an assault. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's standing by live with a view over Lakeside Park. Looking like it's going to be a nice day today, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Thursday, everybody. And we don't have as much sunshine as we did yesterday. You can see the clouds kind of back behind the banner here. But the good news is the majority of the day is going to be dry. That is the good news. Now, as we show you First Defense Doppler, you see a few of these little rain showers popping up across the southern tier. I don't actually think those are falling because we have dew points in the 30s. And so the air is kind of dry at this point. So I don't think those are actually falling. It's what we call virga, where it's raining up at the cloud level, but it evaporates on the way down. The pollens, it's spiked up a little bit, now up to 137 pollutants per meter. That's the total pollen count, and we're dealing with the tree pollen still. Of course, we deal with the tree pollen in spring, and we know as we go into summer, it just gets worse. So partly to mostly cloudy on average for today, warmer than it was yesterday, but the majority of the afternoon is usable. High temp range, 57 at the immediate Lake Erie waterfront to 66 inland with a south wind averaging around 5 to 10. We'll time out the rain chances that come our way tonight, tomorrow, plus how much rain will we see with that Weatherhood Property Maintenance 7-day a little bit later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Our top story, a trio of Jamestown residents were arrested following a large fight involving several individuals Wednesday afternoon in the area of Fulton and Strong Streets. Jamestown police tell us that 26-year-old Mary Carudi allegedly punched a 14-year-old in the face. He's charged with second-degree harassment and endangering the welfare of a child. 30-year-old Joshua Carudi is also charged with disorderly conduct. Meanwhile, 37-year-old Lindsay Volt is charged with disorderly conduct and unlawful possession of marijuana. All three will be arraigned in Jamestown City Court.
A DeWittville man was arrested Wednesday morning after he allegedly punched and choked another individual at Centralia Hartfield Road Wednesday morning. Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says that 36-year-old William Soto is charged with third-degree assault and criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation. Now, deputies say the victim reportedly had a tooth knocked out during that incident. Soto was issued an appearance ticket and will appear in the town of Chautauqua court at a later date.
And a former city of Jamestown mayor has passed away last week at his home in Georgia. According to an obituary posted on Lind Funeral Home's website, Don Ahlstrom passed away on April 18, 2019. Ahlstrom served 2 years as mayor for the city of Jamestown from 1990 to 1991. He was also a Chautauqua County legislator for 2 years in 1994 and 1995. Ahlstrom was also very active in the Republican Party here in Jamestown, serving 3 terms as the City Republican Committee Chairman and 1 term as the County Chairman. A memorial service will be held at 1 p.m. Saturday, May 4th at Lind Funeral Home. Ahlstrom was 90 years old.
And the Chautauqua County Legislature's 18th district seat is no longer empty thanks to an emergency vote Wednesday at the legislature's monthly voting session. Chautauqua County George Borrello confirmed to WNY News Now this morning that Martin Proctor will replace David Himmeline, who passed away earlier this month. Borrello says that the vote was unanimous. Proctor will serve the remainder of Himmeline's term, which expires on December 31st of this year. Now, a few days after Himmeline's passing, we did reach Borrello for comment. He reflected on his experience working with Himmeline on the county legislature, and you can find that right now on WNYNewsNow.com.
Yeah, such sad news to hear the passing of 2 very powerful political figures here in the Jamestown area. But as we all know, the world moves forward, and certainly I'm sure he will be missed at the county level, as Borrello certainly explained to you a couple weeks ago in that interview. And they're going to continue their work there for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, happy Thursday to all of you. Hopefully, you are having a good day out there. Saying hello to Gary. Hopefully, you are doing well. And I guess I'll address this now, Gary. I'm sorry, I'm not going to run for mayor. As a journalist, it would not be very good of me to pick a side. I'd have to leave this job, and I love it so much, so I'm not going to. But thank you so much for that. And hello to Wendy. Hopefully you are doing well. Good to see you, Cindy, here. David, always love you on the program. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you, Rory, saying Don was a good man. Rory obviously worked at the Post-Journal at that time, working with him. Gary, hello to you. And it looks like Jeff is here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to Beth. And Lisa as well. It looks like Pam has joined us as well. Hopefully you are all having a great day out there. And we have a lot of news to get to here, Matt. Coming up, multiple local municipalities will be receiving some state grant money. One municipality in particular could receive millions of dollars. We'll explain.
Wow, but first, Congressman Tom Reed, he's reacting to the news that Dunkirk and Jamestown will be receiving some federal funds. This for housing. Dakota.
And the high yesterday was actually 52 degrees, and look at where we bottomed out this morning, 33 degrees this morning. Woo, boy, that was chilly. Yeah, at least temperatures will somewhat rebound. News Now at noon continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops, restaurant and tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, you know, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And happening now, Congressman Tom Reed recently announced that the cities of Dunkirk and Jamestown will be receiving federal grant money to go towards HUD housing. That during a teleconference with reporters yesterday. Reed said that the funding is a positive example in which funds will be invested right here in the community.
That is one of the reasons why we had Lynn Patton, the housing regional director, come to Chautauqua County in particular, is to highlight these projects and to see firsthand what we were going to do with that potential investment. And so I see this as a significant investment in our communities, in Chautauqua County in particular, in regards to providing housing opportunities to people who otherwise would not have them. And so proud to see that come through the system, proud to have been an advocate for it, and proud to have brought firsthand stakeholders in regards to the regional administrator to the area to see firsthand why it was so important that these were successful.
Now, Reed says that he believes the funds are higher than in the past based on the nature of the program. We will, of course, continue to follow this story as it develops.
Meanwhile, here in New York State, Governor Andrew Cuomo announced yesterday that a number of projects will receive funding for bicycle and pedestrian path enhancements. Now, locally, the city of Dunkirk, Olean, and town of Randolph were among the 15 localities selected to receive state funding. Dunkirk will be awarded $1.5 million to build new pedestrian accessibility and bicycle enhancements along the Lakeshore Avenue corridor. Olean will receive $664,000 to construct a new multi-use path along East State Street and a new roundabout at the intersection of Berry Street. Meanwhile, the town of Randolph will receive $2 million to construct new pedestrian accessibility enhancements, installation of solar radar speed signs, and other traffic calming measures along the Main Street school corridor. Statewide, Cuomo says these projects will spur additional investment of more than $215 million, including public and private support, and local enhancements that will revitalize communities, promote tourism, and enhance regional economic competitiveness.
Wow, that's a lot of money for little old Randolph. Good for them. Well, the World Health Organization is telling parents to get their kids away from screens and let those babies play. The United Nations agency released new guidelines for infants and toddlers on Wednesday. It's recommended that parents limit screen time for their children between the ages of 2 and 4 years old to no more than 1 hour. They say 1-year-olds and babies younger than 1 should not be allowed to watch TV or mobile devices at all. The World Health Organization instead encourages children to just avoid screens, but to spend time together, to engage and play.
And after months of speculation, former Vice President Joe Biden is officially entering the race for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination. And we have a look here from Arlette Sands at Biden's life and political history.
Joe Biden making it official today, hoping his third run for the White House is the charm. It's the latest chapter in the 76-year-old Democrat's long political career. His life started in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where Biden traces back his blue-collar roots.
Everything important in my life that I learned here in Scranton.
His family later moved to Delaware, where Biden first took public office as a county councilor, then a long-shot bid for Delaware's Senate seat, winning at the age of 29. But shortly after that victory, tragedy struck.
I got a phone call. You got to come home. Your wife and daughter just been killed. A tractor-trailer broadsided them and killed them. Your sons may not make it.
A grief-stricken Biden considered not joining the Senate, but was sworn in at his son's hospital bedside. The Delaware Democrat commuted to and from Washington each day, often by train. He later married a teacher, Jill Jacobs, and had another daughter.
No man deserves one great love, let alone two.
Biden went on to serve 36 years in the Senate. Ted Kaufman was Biden's chief of staff for nearly 2 decades, witnessing the highs and lows of his career up close.
He's got character. A lot of character comes with age, but a lot of character comes from being through incredibly difficult times. So he's very comfortable in his skin.
In 1987, Biden launched his first run for president.
As today, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
But his campaign tanked after charges of plagiarism. 20 years later, Biden made a second run for the White House, but after a poor showing in Iowa, dropped out again, later landing in a different spot on the 2008 Democratic ticket.
The next Vice President of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
The oftentimes blunt Biden at President Obama's side as vice president for 8 years. The two forged a close friendship, cemented even deeper when tragedy hit a second time.
My father, my hero, the next Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden.
In 2015, Biden's eldest son, Beau, died after a battle with brain cancer.
Beau was my soul. Beau is my conscience.
The grief ultimately impacted his decision on the 2016 race.
Unfortunately, I believe we're out of time, the time necessary to mount a winning campaign for the nomination.
Now, after months of deliberations, Biden is giving a third run for the White House a go. His more than 4 decades-long career is set to face a fresh look, from legislative successes like the Violence Against Women Act
I wrote that act myself with my own hand.
to his experience on the foreign stage. But other areas of his career will undergo renewed scrutiny, like his role in crafting the 1994 crime bill and his handling of the 1991 testimony of Anita Hill.
Professor, do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
As he prepares to take his frontrunner spot in the Democratic primary field, those closest to Biden say he's ready for the challenge ahead.
When Joe Biden looks in that mirror, he's not going to stop, not do this because it's going to be hard, or he might lose, or anything else. He does it because he won't feel right about himself.
Now, Biden will attend a fundraiser in Philadelphia on Thursday. His first official campaign event is scheduled for Monday in Pittsburgh. Then he'll swing through several early voting states here in the coming weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot of hats thrown into that ring, and we'll continue to watch that closely for everybody here. But I don't think it was too much of a surprise. I know, watching that package and studying the recent politics, the Vice President Biden is, had quite a political and personal past. We'll see how that transitions.
So I assume then he would probably go to Iowa.
Yeah, after
and
that,
then to New Hampshire. Now, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember from our senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Because our senior year is when they had, the races towards the national conventions for both the Republican and the Democratic Party. How early did they start the delegate race? Do you remember?
Well, I mean, I can tell you right now that they've already started campaigning with that.
They started campaigning.
I'm not 100% sure how early they do that conventional wise, but either way, this race certainly, you can say this contentious from both sides of it,
Yeah.
and we'll. I think that the numbers will probably dwindle, and I would imagine Biden probably would be in the top 3 of the Dems. I just going off my political expertise, I would say more than likely.
You thinking he's in the top 3?
Yeah, with Gillibrand, I would imagine. And
do you think that's despite? I know there's been some controversy with him. I want to.
Yeah, because I think he's got that personality.
Yeah,
he's got that personality where he, can relate to people who are on the ground, and we'll see whether or not that gets him within Democrats, gets him to that.
We're going to be here, right, on that night of the election, the general election?
Yeah.
I assume?
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, my gosh.
So we'll have national coverage from our news partners, and then obviously local coverage on
So we
election
could
night,
be here till 5 a.m. that morning.
Yeah, we probably could.
I'm ready.
We probably could. So hello to all of you. Hopefully... and Cindy says, it's sad that they changed once they get into the White House. A lot of people do feel that way, Cindy. So, and Wendy says she's older than they are. Well, Wendy, why don't you run for president? We'll support you.
I like that.
Yeah. Hello to Seth. Hopefully you're doing well. Hello to Ryan. And hello to...
Wait, was that Ryan Kazar?
Sure. Yep.
Ryan Kazar, how are you?
Hopefully you are doing well. And let's see who else is here. Looks like Josh is here as well. Hopefully you're all having a great day. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He has a live look at our First Defense weather forecast.
And later, Netflix could be losing 2 very popular shows. We'll have those details as News Now continues.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
When I'm streaming and I'm talking to my community, we have that literally split-second interaction. If somebody says hello, I say hello right back immediately, and it kind of creates that connection. Because like my subscribers and my followers, we pretty much go by Re-Up's Army. All the hate and everything that goes around, that's kind of like our mission statement. Is just be positive and enjoy each other's time. It's more or less just trying to use the internet in a positive way. Like we all from around the world get to connect on the same level, which is, we all love video games. Mixer.com/Re-Up. I'm live every single day, 8 p.m.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back, and I'm ready for that 5 a.m., presidential election stuff. Over the past 7 days, we've had some rain, but at least not a whole lot. That's the good news. Again, this time of the year, we don't need big flooding rain this time of the year. Last Friday, we picked up a little over half an inch, and this Tuesday, we picked up less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. So again, this is all good. We need rain, but we don't need the soaking rain that we can often have. Speaking of rain, the rain chances are going up. It spikes up to 100%. Tomorrow, that means it's going to rain when you see 100% chance of rain, and it goes down to it turns more scattered on Saturday, turns widespread again on Sunday before it turns scattered again. So it's up down chances of rain over the next several days. So it's going to be wet. As we take a live look outside right now, you can see all the construction that's going on Main Street. Again, this camera is going to be pointed down all throughout this construction to show you what's going on down here. Currently, the temperature is 53 at the airport. We got a south wind of 6, and the wind chill's down to 51.
Hey,
so
Dakota.
we're a lot warmer. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Gary asked,
go ahead.
he's like, is the 3rd Street camera frozen? And I was going to say this during the next segment, but you got it right here. No, it's not frozen. They're just at lunch right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. Okay. All right.
See
I
what I
see.
mean?
Because nothing's moving. I see.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, so it's a lot warmer than it was yesterday. As we take a look at First Defense Doppler, you can see again, there's these little scattered rain showers. I don't know if we can take that banner off because it'll be a lot easier to see. But thank you very much, Control Room. You can see here, there's these little light rain showers moving through. But again, I told you this during the first weather segment. I don't think these are actually hitting the ground. This is called virga, where it's actually raining up at the cloud level, but it's evaporating on the way down because we have dew points in the 30s. But this is what's going on. This is the big, massive rain with a low pressure area that is currently centered over Arkansas right now. And all this moisture is moving this way. We've got severe weather down here, but the good news is the severe weather part of this is remaining to our south. But this is the moisture. It's got a lot of Gulf moisture to work with. So we'll time it out for you here on Future Scan. Dry for the day. Those pop-up showers are not going to happen. Now, here we go throughout the nighttime hours. You can see that the rain will start to fill in, but it's not anything heavy. Now, tomorrow will be widespread rain throughout the pretty much day. So tomorrow is going to be pretty much a washout tomorrow, but you can see some patches of moderate to possibly heavy rain at times tomorrow afternoon. That'll continue throughout the afternoon hours, and then ultimately as we go into Friday night and into Saturday, it starts to really taper off and turn more scattered in nature. So how much rain are we picking up? This is all the way through Friday, and the modeling is suggesting probably a good soaker here between about half an inch to a little over an inch down here south of Erie in Edinburgh. So again, some of this could be soaking, but we'll see how much rain we pick up. So let's go zone by zone, town by town where you are. The eastern areas, temperatures here should at least make into the mid to upper 60s. Very dry and usable. Rain won't come our way until later in the afternoon. We're talking about maybe 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. Lake Erie shoreline will be cooler because of a northeast wind. So temperatures here in the 50s. Once you work inland, temperatures will stay into the 60s. Here comes the next 7 days, powered by Brotherhood Property Maintenance. And 59 tomorrow, 51 on Saturday. Look at the high on Sunday. We had it in the 50s yesterday. We've dropped it all the way down to the lower 40s with a cold front. Frost possible Monday morning once again. Temperatures return to the 50s. Sports is next. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Thursday, sports fans. We are nearing the end of the work week. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Happening right now, the JCC Jayhawks baseball team are playing the first of a 2-game home doubleheader against Finger Lakes Community College. JCC's last 2 games were also against Finger Lakes on the road on Tuesday. JCC lost both games 12-2 and 10-0. JCC's second game of the doubleheader today will be at 2 o'clock. They are currently 7-8 on the season and have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Tonight at 9:07, the New York Yankees will play the final game of a 4-game road stretch against the LA Angels. The Yanks are currently 14-10 on the season and are on a 6-game winning streak. The Yanks are also in second place in the AL East. Meanwhile, the Angels are in last in the AL West with a 9-16 record, losing 9 of their last 10. Masahiro Tanaka will be on the starting mound tonight for the Yankees, while the Angels starting pitcher will be Trevor Cahill. The game will be televised on the Yes Network and can be viewed on the MLB At Bat app. Tonight at 8 o'clock, night number 1 of the 2019 NFL Draft will start. The Arizona Cardinals will have the first pick in this year's draft. The Buffalo Bills will have pick number 9. The draft will be taking place in Nashville, Tennessee. All 3 days of the draft will be televised on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the NFL Network. ESPN2 will have Friday's rounds televised. Round number 1 will be tonight. Rounds 2 through 4 will be on Friday, and 2 and 3 will be on Friday, and 4 through 7 will be on Saturday. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
All right, looking forward to that, Norm. Thank you as always. Well, despite what their theme song says, your friends may not always be there for you. The same goes for The Office. Those 2 legendary sitcoms may soon disappear from Netflix. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. NBC Universal is reportedly getting ready to debut its own streaming service. The network is reportedly interested in taking Friends and The Office away from network once their contract expires in 2021. Now, both Friends and The Office were monster hits for NBC during their initial runs. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, if they do pull them off of Netflix by taking their contract, you'd probably have to subscribe to their new streaming service.
Here we go.
See, here's the problem with this. Now, I've said for years, online streaming is the future of television, which it is.
Right.
But the problem is, it's turning into cable where everybody's creating their own streaming service, and everybody's like, no, I don't want your shows on my network because I'm launching my own streaming network. It's just ridiculous. So I think it really doesn't matter anymore. Streaming, cable, satellite, you're all getting ripped off anyway. So.
This is why I love having Dakota in after the E story.
Yeah,
I'm just
too, especially with something like that.
You know.
No, I hear you. And you know the thing is,
you know what I mean?
How many people are going to subscribe to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon?
Yeah.
You know, I have DirecTV
now,
CBS,
Sling, you know, all this stuff. It's just like, my goodness.
It's almost like we just want, like, if you are going to make it kind of like cable, where you have, like,
in
say
some
the big
ways,
3.
it's even more expensive than cable now.
Say you have 3 major providers, you should be able to watch all your shows on there.
Yeah.
And then they'll compete for what's the lowest price.
That sounds to me like what's going to happen is Dakota's favorite friend is going to come. They're going to all become one big monopoly.
Lori
more
explained.
money. Thank you.
Lori says it's a pain. I completely agree, Lori. Hey, at least you can watch us.
That's
for
true.
free.
Hey,
That's
Norm, or Dakota.
Yes.
Can you give me a look at that 7-day? Are we going to have high cost? Do I have to pay you a lot for that?
Well, no. As you take a look at the Brotherhood Property Maintenance 7-day widespread rain tonight and tomorrow, we'll probably pick up around an inch of that. Look at the high on Sunday. Yesterday we had it in the lower 50s. We took it all the way down to the lower 40s with a cold front. Ooh, that is just a raw, rainy day. But at least we make it back to 60 next Wednesday.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Thank you all so much for watching us. Hopefully you all have a great day. We leave you with a live look over the DoubleTree camera kind of darker skies out there. If you missed anything that we talked about, this show loops 24/7 right here on WNY News Now streaming network and on our brand new mobile app. See you tomorrow.